Festival is getting underway tomorrow, and this weekend you can hear that voice when you catch up-and-coming artist Lizzie No.
Yeah, so born in the Bronx and raised in New Jersey and now living in Nashville after she attended college on the West Coast, her musical stylings are really as diverse as the places she is eventually called home. And this Sunday, you can watch her weave together country, alternative, neo-soul, folk, and jazz into one incredible show at Polaris Hall.
I'm always thinking of like, what performers am I channeling? Who am I in conversation with? Many of them are jazz artists, many of them are rock artists, many of them are folk artists. And like, it's all the people who came before me that make me who I am now, no matter what genre they came from.
I came to sell all the hurt I couldn't keep, and she gives me that box to fill.
How would you describe your sound to somebody that hasn't heard you perform before?
I would describe myself as like if Sheryl Crow and Alice Coltrane came together to make a rock band. A mix of country, folk, rock, blues, and little touches of jazz here and there.
So if you're hurting, crying, lying on the bedroom floor, come on down to the Heartbreak Store.
I mean, genre bending is definitely something that's top of mind at the moment.
I agree, and I think it started with the queer activism that we've seen over the last 20 years around putting trans and gender nonconforming and non-binary people to the front. The exact same thing is happening in music. Creative people are realizing that the categories that we've been put in aren't big enough to contain our creativity. And like, the most exciting thing for me as a music fan, not only just as a creator, is like seeing the artists who are like, I don't care what this genre is supposed to be, I am going to share like all of the different influences and shades and tones that I have within me as an American artist.
Bring your memories, his house keys, can't stay on the ring no more, sell them all at the Heartbreak Store.
I love Portland so much.
What about it?
The people are so wacky. That's number one. It's like such a legendary place for indie music. People want to hear what's different. People want to hear like artists being genuinely themselves. And so like everyone's so warm and welcoming because of that, because people genuinely want to hear a different story than they've ever heard before.
Yeah, when you're hurting, crying, lying on the bedroom floor, come on down to the Heartbreak Store.
Our opener, Julia Logue, is incredible too. So it's gonna be like such a sick night of two independent women artists bringing our own take on jazz and blues and folk and the future.
She was such a joy to talk to. I tell you what,
She seems
great
so fun.
character, very, very sweet, and obviously super talented. You don't need me
Yeah.
to even tell you that. Now, before Lizzie's show, you can enjoy some free music around town as well. There's the brilliant acoustic guitarist Adelaide Alexander going to be performing at noon at the Nines Hotel. You can also head to McMiniman's Owl's Den at 6 p.m. to see Chance Hayden's Dessert Room All-Stars featuring Shelley Rudolph. And at 7 p.m. at the Burlingame Space, the Conversation Quartet presents a jazz-inspired tribute to some of the most influential names in music, from the Beatles to Sinatra.
And then, of course, Sunday night, two great shows to choose from. Lizzie No, she's going to be at Polaris Hall at 8 p.m. and 8-time Grammy-winning bassist, composer, and bandleader Christian McBride taking the stage at Revolution Hall with Ursa Major and local talent, the Ziana Trio. I don't know how you pick which one, but you got to choose, and head to coin.com for all the details. You can also scan that QR code on your screen right now to see this year's complete festival lineup and get your tickets today.
That's a good problem to have.
It is. And I mean, Lizzie's one of those, like, she's got that sound where I think fans from so many different genres will like what she's doing, to her point, because she's kind of mixing it, blending it, evolving things. It's very cool.
Well, I mean, speaking to my own, I guess, I mean, it instantly took me back to childhood. My mom grew up in Texas, and we listened to a ton of country growing up. And obviously, that's that 90s, early 2000s country, and you could hear that influence pretty quickly with her sound. Great talent.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. It is 8:21, and coming up on AM Extra, the new line from Nike that fans of Skims are pretty